Hello, back on Boat Show TV again, and I'm really lucky to have caught Murray Ellis, who's the Managing Director of National Boat Shows. He's a very, very busy man. Murray, you must be delighted. The sun's shining and there are so many people here.
There are. It's a cracking day, and like you said, open yesterday, which was always a great achievement, but the second day today, Saturday, the place is absolutely buzzing.
Just tell me a little bit about what goes into making this show. It must take months of planning.
It does. Basically, when we finish one show, we look at what are the good bits, what can we improve, what do our visitors want, and that, you're right, we then continue and start planning for the next year's show.
I know you're a really passionate showman. When you go to bed at night, who would you like to come to this show?
I'd like to. There's three types of people, three types of visitor that this show delivers for. Those that are involved in the sport of sailing or rowing, it's that enthusiasm. They can come to the show, they can get invigorated in terms of talk to new coaches, and for new people trying to get into the sport. Second group of people is obviously those very much enthusiasts who already participate, maybe a family, maybe a couple, maybe old, maybe retired. This is the place for them to come along, see new products, maybe think about a new bit of a kit they want to put on their boat. This is sort of the annual fillet for them to come and see.
I must admit, I've been passing by some of the bars and some of the restaurants, and it's kind of the place to meet up, isn't it? You say, oh, I guess I'll see you at the boat show, yeah?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a great social place, and certainly if you've got the environment, like I said, hundreds and hundreds of boats, new products, new brands. But if you can come along here, either with your wife or your girlfriend or your mates, and just sit out on the bars and discuss, should we buy a new boat, or what race are we going to participate in the following weekend, this is the place to be.
Also, I suspect that the Olympics and Paralympics must have had a bit of an effect. I guess there's some people that didn't even know that sailing was such a sort of high-end sport.
Well, that's it. It encompassed everything, and we had 25 Olympians here to open the show yesterday, including Ben Ainsley,
Yes.
4 times, and hopefully, like that we've seen throughout the whole of the summer, I think people have seen either rowing or kayaking or sailing, that may be something they want to get into. And you looked at a couple of rowers that they only started training 4 years ago, and suddenly they won a gold medal. So you're right, this is the place to come and get the bug and really to see whether this is the type of sport that you want to get involved in.
I guess it might be a bit scary if you've never been on the water. I mean, there's probably hundreds of people who sit in their cars and watch the sailing boats go by or watch a little dinghy. Is it scary? I mean, do you try and make this place easy for people to come and look and get kind of information? Because I think if I had never been to a boat show before, I might think, I'm not sure I want to go.
Yeah, you're right. I think in any sport, particularly in the marine leisure, there's whether it is sailing and then whether it's or power boating, there's big and small and all different types of craft. But what we've got here is that people can come here and actually try out on the water free of charge, and then, so they can get a taste of whether they either like power or sail. And that's the thing. And in terms of like anything, it's not, sport is invigorating. But it's certainly, it may be daunting, but you get the right coaches. And again, there's plenty of places here that you can come along, talk to the right coaches, talk to training schools. How do I get started? How do I get advice? And if you come to Southampton, PSP Southampton Boat Show, as I said before, this is the place to be, even if you're just half thinking about it.
Yeah. Is it expensive? I mean, I know the show itself obviously isn't expensive, but is it expensive to get into boating?
No, it's not. I think it's like in, I'd say, any sport or any leisure activity. And the great thing about boating is there's an activity available depending on your level of budget and also, the type of person you are. And everyone sort of thinks, oh, boating, I need to be a millionaire or win the lottery. And that's not the case. I always use the, my feeling, use the analogy, when you think about buying your first car, you don't go down to, the Jaguar showroom.
I certainly didn't.
Nor did I. So there was something for everyone. And yes, you might build your way up, but no, it's not. There is the level, and if you come down to the show, you're going to be able to find out what your level is. So no, it's certainly, that's a bit of a myth, but everyone looks at the top end, which is, dreamland, beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's a level that you can start at.
And yourself, obviously you're in charge of making it all happen. What's your favourite bit of the show?
I think the favourite bit of the show, and I've said this before, is actually on opening day. 10 o'clock yesterday. The date is set in stone, the time is set in stone. So it's the culmination of a lot of hard work And there's a lot of people. There's not only my team at National Boat Shows and British Marine Federation. There's about 50 contractors who are appointed to actually put the show together, build the show and run the show. And then obviously there's over 550 exhibitors, and it's very important trying to coordinate those. Each of those exhibitors are here to promote and sell their products to the hundreds of thousands, 120,000 hopefully visitors. So when you pull all that together and the show starts and the show runs, and there's elements of it before, the great thing involved in shows is that people are wandering around thinking, how do they do that?
Yeah. Well, like the Marina.
Yeah.
I mean, I think many people don't realise that there's nothing there, is there, a few months ago?
No, there's something. It's the largest purpose-built marina in Europe, certainly in the UK, but certainly I think in Europe, when looking at my competitors in boat shows. But yes, you come back at the end of November and there's nothing there. And then you come back in spring and it's purpose-built for the show. And that's one of the unique things about something. Boats deserve to be on water, that's where they are. And for the visitors to come down and wander around the marina, over 350 boats out there, and the sun is shining, what better place to be?
Yeah, you must be very proud. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us today. That's Murray Ellis. He's the Managing Director of National Boat Shows.